How polished are they?
They're a little tarnished, but I mean, you can still kind of see your reflection a little bit. But it's not like they're not glass or anything.
I'm just going to continue. I'm a little tempted to kind of tap on one with my knuckle. Just like knock on it.
Sure. Knock. Ting, ting, ting. Yeah. You tap on it if you got a ring or something like that. It sounds solid as you just continue to walk right through.
Are they mounted to the wall?
They are. It looks like they are mounted to the wall, correct? Yes.
So I'm just going to continue forward then.
Okay. All right. So once you get to about right here, sorry for locking you up there, all of a sudden you start to feel heat on each side of you. And you're like, what the heck? And you look down and you can see that your weapons, they are very hot because you kind of keep your arms down at your side and stuff. So your weapons are all very, very, very warm right now. Almost, they're actually almost burning to the touch. It's not like it's burning you right now, simply because it's not contacting your skin or anything. But you can feel the tremendous amount of heat coming off of your weapons down at your side.
Is it does it get hotter if I move up more?
Yeah, it's still the same temperature, and in fact, it just feels like it continues to get hotter.
All right, I think we should just run through this hall.
All right, so you want to dash through the rest of the hall?
I will, yeah. It's getting hot. I'm going to continue.
All right. So we'll say that you dash all the way through, and as you get to this room, which opens up into another 30 by 30 foot chamber, there's water on this floor, even in the corridor, the long hall that you just went through. There's been this ankle deep water throughout the entire complex so far. Now, ahead of you, there is a flight of stairs that ascends up about 10 feet, and then it looks like it kind of turns to the left. But as you look down at your weapons, these things are glowing red right now. These things...
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and you can actually feel the heat coming off of them by this point. It almost feels like your clothes are going to catch on fire.
I mean, I tell them, it's getting hot. It's getting really hot. I'll call out back to the corridor. And I'm just going to, I don't know, continue forward, get out of this room, go up the stairs.
If only somebody had a haste spell.
Yes. What is in the ring?
Okay, your weapons are glowing hot, and as you are running, it does a little bit of damage to you.
All right.
Of course. So you, I love how you said, of course. So go ahead and take, seeing that you did take max damage, which is 8 fire damage.
Awesome.
So, I think he's goading me on, guys. What do you think? I think he's goading me, Gorgon.
Elias, yeah. You hear something in your mind.
You could probably just call out.
He wants to use his cool powers, I think.
I have telepathy, though.
Oh, that's true. All right, I'll do that. I mean, it's already burning me. I'll drop them in the water.
Yeah, so you just basically undo your belt buckle and your
Yeah.
weapons fall to the ground. Sure,
Yeah.
and like I said, that was kind of hinting with the water that was on the ground. So basically it doesn't destroy your weapons or anything, but they do scorch. Sort of like when you are like blackening something on a red hot pan. So that's basically what it sounds like. But you get the weapons off. You don't take any more fire damage. And all of you guys can see this happening on the other side of the hallway down to the south.
Well, I'll use my haste and try and run through the hallway as quick as I can.
Your haste ring, the effect off of haste, right?
Yeah.
The effect. Exactly. Okay. Well, as you go to activate the ring, nothing seems to happen. He's gonna be so mad.
Womp womp womp.
He's gonna be so
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, nothing seems to happen.
Make a wish. Make a wish.
It ain't gonna happen apparently. All right. Well,
You can't
I'm
mess
wearing
it up
armor.
now, can you?
I'm wearing metal armor. Yeah. So metal armor. This is gonna hurt. You know what? Actually, I stripped my my armor off and stick it in the bag of holding.
I turn around.
Drag it in the water behind you.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the bag of holding catches on fire. No, I wouldn't do that. That would be ruthless, wouldn't it? Sure, you
And
could spend
then
about 15 minutes taking it off. So what are the both of you doing, Barlin and also Dag? What are you two doing? As Garkin's stripping down to his undergarments, his skivvies.
I'm gonna hop, skip,
Thank you
and
for the
jump right up
follows,
there
guys.
to where Elias is, and then fall under the water.
All right, Dag. So I don't think you have too much metal on you, do you?
Dagger.
Yeah, you got your dagger. It does the same thing. The metal pieces on your cross bolt, on your crossbow. The hammer, it's fine. The knife, there's a couple of metal pieces. So you're okay. You get to the other side, those things turn glowing red hot. But you douse them out in the fire. You douse them out in the water that's on the floor, and everything's good to go with you. Barlin, what say you?
Well, I'm going to Misty Step 30 feet and then dash to the
nice.
other side.
I love it. He's cheating. So no, he's not cheating. He's thinking out of the box, and I like that. So you flash and then you dash. I like that. That kind of rhymed. You flash and dash. So by the time you get to the other side, Barlin, those things are just really warm. They're just on the verge of getting seriously hot. But with your dash and your flash that you use, you're good to go. I like it. So Garkin, if 15 minutes go by and you get your armor off, and then you put it into the bag and you can walk across. I'm sure you'd probably put everything metal. I could just see Garkin with some kind of with the bag of holding, just kind of smiling as he's walking down the corridor.
Carrying all the metal in there because I know that. Well, I'm carrying a lot of metal. I mean, I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
So.
I think everything that you have is just about made of metal and iron and stuff like that. So yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah, just about.
I was waiting for you to go down that hall. I was waiting.
That's why I was letting our Elias go first.
Stop,
really
drop, and roll.
And Barlin's using telepathy, and I'm thinking the whole time, there's water on the ground, dude. Just take a dive.
I was just gonna run to the next room. I don't want. Yeah, that makes sense. Though.
Use the hallway as like a slip and slide. Just.
Too bad Z's is not here.
When I get to the other end of the room, then I'm just gonna start putting the armor back on and collecting all my stuff back out, so that I have something.
Sure.
In case when we jump. get jumped by something.
Why would I do something like that? I mean, would I really do something like that? Why don't all of you guys really quickly give me a perception check while you're in this room?
I'm obliviously putting my armor back on.
My apologies. Sorry about that, guys. My son came in. All right, let's check these perception checks. Oh, very nice. Wow, very nice, Barlin.
At disadvantage.
Over here. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. See where that green arrow is?
Yep.
Looks like a secret door is over there.
I'll bring it to Elias's attention. I say,
Oh.
Dag, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's check this thing out here.
I heard you.
Yeah, it looks like kind of like a brittle part of the wall, and then you can pull the plaster away, and then you can see the outline of a door under it.
Check to see if it's trapped. If it's rigged.
Sure, give me an investigation. As you give it the once over. Yeah, you don't see anything. Looks good to you.
Is it locked or you can just slide it open?
No. When you're looking, there's a little lever that will activate the doors. It will just kind of slide open.
All right, let's open it up.
Okay. So when you open up the door, it's completely black in there, much like the darkness of the room of the vampire. But you can actually see in with your dark vision. But all you guys are blind anyway, so it's just pitch black in there. However, I do believe that Dag, he's got dark vision, and Dag, you can see in there, and you can see a bunch of things that are kind of like shambling around, and then all of a sudden a bunch of undead jump at you.
Back up.
So why don't you guys go ahead and roll initiative? Nice roll, Garkin. Nice roll, Elias. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff running around in here, all jumping at you guys.
Hey, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take the prone status off of me?
Sure will.
Apparently, I've been crawling this whole way.
You have been, and you've been doing a very fine job at it as well. You've been doing a good job. So
my mage armor doesn't want to show up. So weird.
Are you dragging and dropping it onto your token?
I hit the little dude, right?
Yeah, you just drag it and drop it on there. Let me take a look. Yeah, you just pick it up and drag it right onto your... See how it appeared on there? There you go.
I see now it's twice. Oh,
yeah. Well, I put one on there, yeah. So
okay.
Yeah,
So I
that's all
don't
good.
just click. That's why it doesn't show up. Okay.
Sure, you can click it, but you have to Control C yourself. Control C is targeting yourself.
Oh, because I don't have. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I got
but
it.
it's just easier just to drag the pendant. You can do that to yourself inside of the combat tracker, or you can do it to your token. I just think it's easier to do it on the token.
All right, cool. Thank you.
All right, yeah, no problem, man.
As we enter combat, I want to tell everybody I would recommend not going into that room because I've got a surprise for them.
Ooh, I like it. Like surprises. So what say you, adventurers, as we enter round 1 of the combat, and we've got some ghouls that are running up trying to slash at all of you. Dag, this thing's going to try to claw you. Actually, it's going to try to bite you. Wow, and look at that. It hits you.
Yeah, I'm an easy hit.
Wow. Max damage, you take 14. However, you do absorb some of it. Another ghoul runs up, attacks Elias. It's going to bite you also. Wow, look at that.
Ouch.
That's called a critical hit when you roll a 20. I didn't roll that good. I rolled 12 for that crit. Yeah, actually, yeah, Dag took more on a normal hit. So now we've got some ghouls that are moving up, and they're just clawing over each other trying to get to you. Okay, Elias, now you're up.
Okay. Ow, the guy that just bit me. I'm gonna hit him. And let's see. I do get sneak attack, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna hit him with the green flame blade to hopefully do damage on the other, and then disengage and back away.
All right, swing away.
Hold on, I gotta activate that other stuff. Don't I? Sneak attack. Oh.
You gotta make sure you hit first before you get sneak attack.
Yeah,
I think you're feeling pretty confident, aren't you?
I am.
I like it. Well, you did hit. That's 25.
All right, so that, and then I'll drop the green flame blade after, I think.
Now you get your nice 46 sneak attack too, because you're level 8.
Boom, there we go. So he takes that, and then the green flame goes onto the one right there. And then I'll disengage, go back to give these guys room.
Okay. Nice job. Barlin, you're up now. Are you in the square on the right or the left, Barlin? All right. Rawr, these guys are trying to slash at you. Well, Dag is taking the brunt of it. And it's good that you guys are blocking the chamber too, because these things would have just spilled into the chamber probably. At least you guys are blocking them. All right, Barlin, so what are you doing?
I'm going to cast.
I'm ready for a fireball.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Healing Word on Elias.
Okay. First level spell slot. All right. Well,
Yeah,
9.
first.
Wow. Nice healing bonus. Anything else for you? Any movement?
No,
Moving
that's
back or? Okay.
it. No, right there.
All right, Dag, you're up now.
When we said the magic word I just heard a second ago.
Fireball.
I'm going to point my finger directly to the center of that room, and I'm going to shoot a fireball in there.
Right. And let's see. You are unfortunately not a. That is a 20-foot radius, so it will blast back. So let's see here.
I'm trying to put it right in this, just past center.
All right, so there's 20 feet. So when you drop that fireball, I think it's 20 foot, isn't it? Let me.
If each square is 5 feet.
Yeah. Yep. So it would blow back and hit you, and it would hit Barlin as well.
was trying to shoot further south.
But then just put it further south.
I can't move it. There we go. I'll probably
Just
take
like
the front
there?
of that then.
No, you're not going to take any damage. Yeah, you won't take. You'll just feel a hell of a lot of heat, and a lot of concussive force will kind of push back on you a little bit. But there's no
Bits and
rules
pieces of
for.
coal.
You know, I've tried to, think about the fireballs, and back in the, especially if this is back in the olden days, a fireball was what, 36,000 cubic feet or something like that. I mean, you got to take into consideration
crazy,
this is a
yeah.
small room, is a 20-foot radius, which is a 40-foot diameter. So
Depends on how tall the room is too. So yeah.
there's nothing in for 5e. It's all up to the DM on how they want to do big blasts in small rooms. So
I'll get blown back a little bit. I'm sure about that. I would expect to get pushed back some.
I
You
would.
can
I
have
would say
Elias
you'd
do the
get a hell of a-
calculation for
It's
you.
like a backdraft
Yeah.
that would probably happen.
So why don't you go ahead and why don't you target all of those and roll your damage, and we'll see what happens.
So just control click, right?
Yep, hold down control and click on each one of those little ghouls. There you go. It feels good to do a fireball, doesn't it? And then you
Oh,
just
yes.
click on the save,
yeah.
and it'll do the same. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah,
This is actually my first fireball.
I know it is." Oh well, first you got to see if they're successful with their saves first. You got
Saves, yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll say that they
I thought
all
it did
just.
automatically.
Well, yeah, you
No, I thought
got
it
to
did
do it.
automatically.
No, you have to do it. You have to do
I'm
that.
sorry.
No, don't worry about it. Hey, don't worry about it, dude. I'm not worried
There
about
you
it.
go. I got you.
There you go. We'll do it after the fact. But hey, they auto failed anyway because they're all dead. Because I'm not. So what happens is this.
All fail though.
Well, of course, because
Wow.
they're all dead. That's why they auto
Okay.
Because he blasted them into smithereens. I love it. So this is what happens, Dag. As you point your finger, your fireball streaks into the small room. It explodes. It knocks you on your butt. It also knocks Barlin on his butt, knocks you guys back like 10 feet. And the small chamber collapses and falls onto itself. And now the entrance is just blocked with rubble.
geez.
All the way up to the top.
For the record, this is my first time playing D&D, folks.
No, that's okay. I love it.
I'm gonna run back over and see if we can get out down to the place to like burn the hell out of us. Oh, I'm sorry, burn the heck out of us.
Well, the
Can we
yes,
see down the hallway?
You sure can. Yeah, that corridor is okay. Although I will say that the plates that are on the eastern wall that kind of lined on the wall of that room, they're kind of like tilted out and stuff now because of the force of the blast. So, but they are still there, and yes, you can get down the hallway.
So I want to walk up to the door.
Wow.
I want to walk up to that what's left of the door.
The door
fighting
frame's
off-
there, but it's just nothing but rubble from the ceiling to the floor, from caving in.
So there's no room to walk in there or climb up on it.
Not even a foot of room to get inside of the room. No, it's all totally blocked off. Yep, that's what a fireball does, man.
I dig it. A wry little smile comes across my face as I turn and walk away from the door, moving towards the northwest
Yeah.
corner.
Quite impressive. Quite impressive.
Yeah,
The
just
first of
before the ceiling fell, you could see the hilt of Excalibur sticking out of one of the stones.
Oh, wow.
Gark is like, you SOB. Yeah, but that ring didn't work anymore, Gark. You try to use the activation word, and you're trying to talk to the ring, saying, hey, why isn't haste working? And you get no answer from the ring. And the ring itself, as you look down to it, it's like all tarnished, and it looks like just a piece of wood that's around your finger now.
There's like a emoticon on it. There's like semicolon closed parenthetical expression.
It was magical because you were able to make yourself invisible endlessly inside of the room, and you were able to fly around, and this doesn't seem to be working now.
Except for the fact you have 50 fewer hit points than you did before.
oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. No, you lost no hit points. So you were that ring just sounded too good to be true, didn't it?
It sure did.
Yeah, there's a here is a door. And this door is just like all of the others, wooden and stone. And there's no lock on this door. Just like a lever that you would pull to open it up. Or maybe open up the pit trap under you. Or maybe, activate the swinging blade pendulums that are inside of this 20-foot long corridor. I don't know.
We're going to pull it.
Okay.
I stick my head around the corner and say, Elias, you got this.
Yeah, I just pull
So
it.
I cast guidance on him.
So he pulls the lever, and the stairs go flat, and Barlin falls to the ground and slides to the bottom of the stairs. No, I'm just kidding. Nice little troll there. So what happens is the door opens. The door opens up, and it's a 20-foot wide room. And as you look in, as you're looking into the room to the right, there is a pit, and it's about a 5-foot wide pit. And you look down into the pit, and it's, like I said, it is just full because there's this metal glint in there, and it's just full of like these spikes and razors that are on the bottom of the pit.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and it goes down. It goes down about 10 feet also.
It's only 5 feet.
Yeah, it's 5 foot wide.
Wide. Yeah.
The gap is 5 foot wide, and the trench is actually 10 foot deep, and all of these razors and these spikes and stuff, they look rusted, and I mean they're just waiting to prick someone.
Do they look like they shoot up or something? Because 5 feet's not that big. You can easily just jump it.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if you wanted to do a perception check, maybe an investigation check. And this goes down.
Yeah, I'm gonna investigate a bit.
Yeah, this room is about 60 feet long, and like I said, it's 20 foot wide, 60 feet long. There's a wall at the very end. And with your perception, or your investigation, I'm sorry, it looks like the floor, the ceiling, the walls, it looks like it's covered with some kind of substance. It looks like a very, very, very slippery substance. And this is starting on the other side of that 5 foot wide gap.
Oh.
So it looks like it looks like you might slip and then go right across the room and smash against the wall. But as to how slippery this stuff is, yeah.
Alrighty, I'll try it. I'll jump back up.
Okay.
Do a little run.
I'd tell him to wait.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so okay.
I use my boots of flying.
Okay.
I'm just going to use my boots of flying to fly down.
Okay, sounds good, because just as you get here and you say, "Hi-ho! Activate boots of flying," nothing happens, and you fall on you basically jump over the pit, which you don't fall in, and you just, like grease lightning, you just, it's like...
Well, I'm flying in the air, I'm not on the ground.
Oh, no, you're not flying. No, you say, go, super boots of flying, activate. And you jump up into the air, and as you jump over the pit to start the pit to start flying, the boots don't activate, and then you land on your feet, and now you're sliding across the surface faster than like slipping on 20 banana peels. I'm trying to keep it clean.
So,
you know what I mean?
So all our magic items are probably no good.
And you jump as well, Elias. So why don't you give me a a strength, or I'm sorry, an athletics check as you jump across.
Athletics, all right.
You're fine. So you get to the other side as well, just as, I guess you and Barlin were almost holding hands, singing Kumbaya as you're jumping over this pit. Barlin thought he was going to start flying. It seems like the boots are, well, it definitely doesn't seem like it. The boots are not working in this room. So both of you are now sliding across this pit. Now you on the other side of the pit, Dag and Garkin, you guys are seeing this happen. So we're going to go ahead and do max movement for you guys. So you guys can move yourself all the way down, and the wall just keeps getting closer and closer and closer and closer to you as you make your full round of movement.
Well, actually, I only have half movement because of my exhaustion.
You know what? I like that. Hey, and I'm totally for that.
I get double move with my
So
ability.
you would be here as Elias just streaks past you, Barlin. See, there are some advantages to being suffering from multiple levels of exhaustion, right?
I can't think of many.
Yeah, this would be it.
So Garkin and Dag, what are you two doing as you're seeing your two counterparts slide down? And I mean, you're trying to move. You're trying to, you're especially you, Elias. You're trying to claw onto the wall, and nothing's happening. It's just covered with this very slippery stuff, and you can't move it. I mean, you are just literally moving straight.
The ground on this side is not slick, is it?
That is correct. Yeah.
I'll hold my action until I see something worthy of action.
Okay. But there has to be boy, that's reaching on that. I mean, there has to be like a trigger. I mean, what do you want the trigger to be, instead of just saying, I'm just going to hold it till I want to use it, basically?
If a creature pops up.
Okay, if a creature pops up, I will let you go. How about you, Garkin? That was good. I'm giving you an A for effort on that one, Dag. That was pretty good.
Had to try, right?
Give it the old college try. I like it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to break out some hockey sticks and start playing a game.
Yeah, right. Are you going to jump across and join him?
Yeah, why not?
All for one and one for all? I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, what the heck?
Give me a strength check. Well, actually, give me an athletics check. You should be pretty good. You've got. I think you're proficient with this anyway. So just don't roll a 1. Don't roll like a 1 or a 2.
I don't have it. I don't have it.
Yeah, you do, Garkin. You're proficient with athletics.
Oh yeah, so it is. There it is.
Second tab down, sir.
Apparently, I've been awake too long.
That was my next question. Nice. You jump over easily, and you can move up to your speed, which is 30 feet. So we'll put you right where Elias is. And that wall on the western end of the room is getting closer and closer. So let's go ahead and do this again. The next round happens.
It's only 10 feet away from us.
Yeah. It looks like it's going to hurt. So let's move Barlin. We're going to move you up your 15 feet. And
Can we do like any actions or anything like that?
you can. What kind of action would you like to do?
Like divert.
I
kick
was
off
going
the
to use
wall.
my bonus action and cast Misty Step and then go back to the other side of the back where Dag is before I slipped another.
I'll let you do that, but it's pretty much going to take all of your concentration to do that, because I mean you're trying to balance yourself and all that other stuff. So I will allow that. So you can burn your spell slot doing that. Now I heard Elias, you said you wanted to try to kick yourself off the wall or something like that.
Yeah, like as I'm sliding, do a little acrobatics, just kick off the wall to divert me,
Sure.
this way.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check. Let's see what happens. That's a nice acrobatics check, because as you do this, quick little tumbling thing that you learned back in ballerina school, you start to tumble out of side now, and and this wall down here is an illusory wall, because Garkin he falls into the pit, and you fall into the pit at an angle, and you bounce off of the wall, and then you fall in right here beside him. So both of you guys, I want you guys to give me a because there's no dex saving throws of this, because of you guys are just slipping and sliding all over the place. So why don't both of you guys, as you are gorged with all of these razor-like rusty blades down on the bottom, why don't you guys give me some Constitution saving throws? DC 15, which is pretty cool. All right, Elias, you feel a burning sensation. Garkin, you feel a burning sensation. And yeah.
Yep, that's now.
So now all of a sudden your heart starts to race. And I mean, this happens pretty much instantly. And, oh, by the way, for Barlin and Dag over there on the other side, eating bonbons, watching the show, it looks like they just go right through the wall. The wall doesn't disappear for you guys, but the wall is still there. So for you two, your heart starts racing. Your hearts start racing immediately. I mean, immediately. And all of your muscles, they're tensing so forcefully, it almost feels like your bones are going to snap for the most part. I mean, you guys are in excruciating pain. So I'm going to give you guys.
Dave, can I call attention to my one of the conditions on my thing? And
sure. What you got?
I'm immune to disease.
Let's see. I believe that. Yeah, you would be okay. So you would be looking over at Elias, kind of chuckling, saying, "Thank goodness that I'm immune to this stuff," because it looks like Elias is in pretty bad pain. And your heart, like I said, Elias, your heart is racing, your muscles are tensing up, and they're constricting so hard that it feels like your arms and your legs are going to shatter. Yeah, the bones in your legs are going to shatter.
Try to pray out
that
to
immunity. Would it tell me what it was?
Some type of
some sort of disease.
Well, well, you're not affected by it, so you would obviously know that, yeah, it's probably some type of... I mean, you're still going to take 4 damage from the blades, but as for Elias, yeah, he's in pretty bad shape. So, Elias, you're going to take 8. So, yeah, it's definitely some kind of disease from what you can tell, because you're not affected from it. I mean, your heart's not racing or anything like that. So I'm sure you probably hear the screams.
Yeah, the next action I'm going to take, I'll use lay on hands, 5 points to cure it, to cure Elias.
Okay. So are you going to cure disease, or are you going to just heal him up? Because I think you can do either or, right? For 5 points or something like that.
One or the other, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to, cure him of any disease, so... That it's not a heal, it's just cure disease.
Yeah, that's what I pretty much thought that you were doing. So,
praise your God. Oh,
so yeah, Dag and Barlin, you hear him on the other side. You get him healed up with 5 of your with your channel divinity. I don't even think it's a channel divinity, is it?
No,
it's just lay on hands, right? Yeah, lay on hands has nothing to do with channel divinity. So, yeah, you spend your 5 points, you cure him of the disease. Give me a medicine check. And that would be for Garkin. I think he's skilled in... No, he's not. Some type of tetanus. Probably worse than tetanus, though.
Lockjaw.
But it is a tetanus type of disease, so you could tell. Yeah.
reacting that quick to it.
Yeah, this is some type of serious tetanus. So what do you guys
we can
think?
hear them like yell when they got.
Oh yeah.
damn it.
Oh yeah. You hear them going whoa and slipping and falling and ow and Elias writhing in pain, thinking his heart's going to jump out of his chest.
I'm going to call out and say, "What happened?"
These spikes are poisoned. There's a pit on the other side of this wall. It's not a wall. Just looks like one.
You're bracing for impact and you fell into a pit full of razor spikes.
You will go right through that wall into another pit. And they're poisoned. And it hurts.
Hey, Dag.
Yeah.
Let's see what ingenious way they come up with.
I was thinking about casting Dispel Magic out there to see if I could make that illusion go away. Do you have Dispel Magic or not?
I don't think Dispel Magic's going to work in here.
I do not.
Because it's not magical.
How wide is that pit?
5 feet wide. 5 feet wide. You can climb out. I mean, it is 10 foot high. I'll give it to where you guys can do the old buddy system to get out. I won't make you do any checks or anything like that.
All right. Well, I'm going to climb out, obviously. I'm just trying to figure out if I got something I can lay across it so that the next two don't.
Oh, you're so nice. Roll out the red carpet for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Dag, we ought to go rip one of those big metal things off the wall and roll it in here and use it as a big, like a ice thing and slide down.
I love it. It's ingenious.
It's like 6 foot by 6 foot. Yeah, we can like roll it down and it's wider than the pit is. So
I like that.
There's a couple of loose ones over there anyway. So.
I'll entertain that.
6 feet by 6 feet made of copper.
There you go.
Here's your sign.
Hey, let's try. Both of us together might be able to move it.
Remember in Christmas Vacation when Griswold puts that super slippery silicone stuff on that metal disc and he goes down the slope?
There you go.
That's what I imagine, yeah. Kiss my lips, liver lips. I love that movie. I watched it on Christmas. It was so funny. I can watch that every year and still always laugh.
So we're gonna try and wrench this thing off the wall.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I'll tell you what.
Because it's already been kind of battered a little bit from his fireball.
It has. I'll tell you what. If both of you sissies want to try to, both of you awesome guys want to try to rip that thing off of the wall, you can try. And one of you do the roll, and I'll let you have a +2 from the assistance of the other person.
Dag, what's your strength?
9 -1.
Okay, well,
they have inspiration they could use too if they want.
You want me to put it in the dice tower?
Don't forget, you guys got inspiration too. If you want to use your inspiration for this.
Can we use it after the roll, or do we need to choose it now?
Well, that's up to you. If you can woo me enough, maybe.
Tell you what, let's try to pull it off without using the inspiration. If I have to, I can use this wand of magic missiles to blast it off from behind it. Because I'm sure it's attached to the wall somehow.
Oh, it's definitely mounted to the wall, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't come off.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of peek behind it and use my wand of magic missiles to see if I can blast it off the wall.
It doesn't work. After the first magic missile, you're like, wow, this is not going to work. I would have entertained it. with a bunch of mounts that are in the wall, pretty much. A bunch of metal mounts.
Does it look like I can remove those?
Not really. Not with any kind of tools or anything, no.
I want to use cutting words to like cuss at them.
Are you going to be able to lift the thing after you get it off the wall anyway?
We're just going to roll it.
6 by 6 feet. I'd like to see that thing slam on top of somebody, Garkin. Yeah, if they could have got that thing off of the wall, that thing would just come down and squash them. That'd be great. What do you think a 6 by 6 foot piece of copper would weigh? Holy cow!
Depends. How thick is it?
It's huge.
Probably about a foot and a half thick.
It is.
Go roll it.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
I mean, look. I mean, each one of those squares is what, 5 feet. So you figure that thing's probably almost 2 feet thick.
20.
Oh no, Dave, that's about a half a millimeter on the map there.
36.
Is it? Is it even round?
6 squared is 36 square feet times however thick it is, and I don't know what's the density of copper.
Those numbers are too high for my little squishy body.
Thank you, Stephen Hawking. We'll calculate that out. But no, it doesn't. It doesn't look like it would be.
I don't have
efficient to
my
do that. But if they would have had a high strength check, I would have said sure.
Do that.
Oh, geez.
So
Alright.
is this slick floor angled downward from my perspective?
No, it's flat. It's flat, perfectly flat and even.
All right, the spikes in the thing, they're
They're stuck down into the. They're stuck down into the. No, it doesn't look like it. I mean, it would probably take a little bit of work to break them, but I mean, yeah, anything can be broken with enough force.
What are they made out of?
Like iron.
Yeah,
They're all
it's
rusty and
blades.
gangly looking and slime all over
All right,
them.
I'm gonna gently climb down to the one side and try and see if Shatter Spike will break some of them, so that I can, safely move around in there.
Shatter Spike does not cut through them. Let's see. Well, let me see what the mechanics of Shatter Spike. I think Shatter Spike might be the exception. I need to look really quick. Let's see, Shatter Spike. I would say it would eventually break him. I mean, it doesn't say that. I mean, it can, and it would be critical hits. So let's see. If it hits an object, the hit is automatically a critical hit, and it can deal bludgeoning or slashing damage to the object, which is your choice. And then any non-magical source can't harm your weapon. So. But I would say it would eventually work. It would probably take some time, though.
Dave, really,
It's 5 foot wide pit.
Yeah, 5 foot wide pit.
really crazy question.
Sure. Just tie a
What
rope.
is Jot's strength? In bat form?
In bat form? Oh, I have no clue. I'd have to look at bat real quick.
Can he carry me?
I doubt it. I doubt it. I mean, a bat is not very big. A bat is a
It's
small
tiny.
creature anyway. Smaller. Tiny. Yep. Yeah, you could. That'd be one hell of a bat if you could.
All right, if I
Couldn't
crawl
hear
down
you,
into that pit
Barlin.
gently,
Your
What
mind-
kind of
mind-
check-
I think he's got the mute button on or something.
He's got the mic tilted up.
Right,
That
I
too.
didn't.
Yeah.
I was going to cast Leoman's tiny hut behind one of them and blow it off the wall. A 10-foot radius of immobile dome of force springs into existence around and above you.
You know what? I think if we so it's 5 foot deep, that pit?
10 foot deep, 5 foot wide.
Oh, 10 foot deep, 5 foot wide.
Hey, Dave, when I cast that dispel magic, did that illusionary wall disappear?
Yes, it did.
Did I dispel the dispel effect of magic in the area or not?
Just with that invisible wall, yeah. But the surface is still covered with that slippery substance.
Does it
And
look flammable?
And magic still doesn't work there, correct?
No, you try your boots again? No, that doesn't work.
Okay, well, I'm going to just
Bubonic
take,
one, long
my-
time no see, man. Where have you been,
this
dude?
rope.
Oh, okay, yeah. Good to see you, Bubonic.
Because I've got this rope of
It's been a long
climbing. It's
time.
like 60 feet, and I'm going to just toss it down as far as I can and let it slide over the ledge so they can use it to climb out with.
I like. Well, they climbed out. Actually, they climbed out on this side already.
Okay,
But I know that
so
Garkin climbed back down. He was wanting to pretty much beat the
Oh,
spikes.
yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna yell at everybody. Take the dive, and I'll heal you.
Well, here's the thing. If you guys hold the rope,
Enjoy the ride.
we can just walk a tightrope across the whole thing.
well, it
Yeah,
depends on.
except for the last person, because we can't tie the rope off.
Well, I don't.
Put a python in the wall. Put a spike in the wall.
Is it only dispel between the two areas?
Yeah,
Or-
you can hover where you're at now. Yeah, you can fly right now. But as soon as you get over the other side of that pit, womp womp.
Well, the rope is long enough to where I could have the ends of it still be magical and pull taut between the two pits.
The rope will, yeah. Well, you just want to make the rope animate, right?
Well, I mean, I could make one end animate and hold still,
Yeah.
and have them
Basically
grab the other
pull
one.
on each end, because the rope is not going to work on the surface between. But you can get the rope to the other end, to the other side, and then the rope will start working again on the other side of the pit. You know what I mean? And then it can stretch
Perfect. That's what we'll do.
because it is 60 feet. So you'll have one end of the rope working on one side, one end of the rope on the other, because it's like really just a little less than 60 feet. So you would have just enough room to where the rope can actually, hold its, it can suspend itself and basically give you guys a rope to kind of guide yourself.
Perfect.
It was a good idea. I like that. I'll entertain that. And you guys can walk across and kind of guide yourself and control your speed, because you will be holding onto the rope, you know what I mean? So it's not like you're just going to have, you're going to be going down the ramp, the hall there uncontrollably like you did in the first place.
I'm gonna look
And the
like
Misty Step, that was a
peppermint
good
patty.
idea too.
I'm gonna stand on the end of my coffee table like I'm ice snow skiing, doing the long jump.
All right, so you guys get over to the other side of the pit. And it's not slippery on this side either. It was only slippery between the two pits. And of course, with the illusory wall there, that was pretty nice to where, you think you're fixing to go into a wall, and then all of a sudden you go through the wall and into a pit with more of those spikes. Very nice.
So there's something on the ground over there we just passed by, right? It's like something just really slick, like an oil on the surface.
It's not slippery or anything like that.
No, I mean middle section. Middle section
it's no type of, it's just like a slippery surface, and it wasn't any kind of like liquid or gel or anything like that. It was just the material itself. Okay. Some type of weird coating on top of it that was just super slippery. And it was for the ceiling, for the walls, and for the floor. Yeah, Starfinder will be out soon, bubonic one. It will be out soon. Don't know
Okay,
when.
we have a door ahead of us, right?
It will be out. Yes, there is a door.
Can you
Yeah.
unmask it again? I can only see gray on my map.
Huh. That's weird. There you go. All right, let me open up this door for you. You okay now there, Gark?
Yeah, I can see it now.
All right, that's weird.